Okay, great afternoon. As you see, I've got a bunch of stuff here. I wanted to speak to the ladies, especially out there, that have ostomies, and they have also hernias. Now, I have a hernia here, large hernia, and I have a large hernia over here as well. So what is it that you can get that will aid you with the hernia, will hold things in, okay? And tops that are flowing that, you can wear that are comfortable and they give you enough room, etc. So I'm going to share things that I found along the way that help. So the first thing we're going to do is deal with the stoma. So you're going to want to have a stoma guard. Now, excuse this one. It's pretty soon it's going to be, I'm going to decorate it. But for the moment, it's got stickers that I'm trying to get off. But this is called the Halo. And it's a bit better than this other one that I have. The Halo is a little bit longer, okay? Gives you a little bit more room here, and these stickers that come with the Halo are much better. It's on this plastic. The ones that come with these are on paper, and then sometimes you can't get it off the paper, okay, so it's not going to work. So these, you just put this, you just line it up, put it on there, you pull this paper off, and then off. And then this is sticky. It's sticky, okay? So that will stick right on your bag. So when you put it on, you want to put it just above your stoma, where your stoma is fitting inside here and protecting it. And that also gives some room for whatever you have coming out to go into the bag, okay? So this one is called a Halo Stoma Guard, and you can get these on Amazon. I think they're around $50 or something, but it comes with that, and it comes with a lot of the sheets. Now, the one I use, I've transitioned out of these. I did get another one, but I had to modify it because I can't wear the belt with it. But it was, well, we'll talk about that later. It came with a belt. It was a big system, but because I've got hips and all of that, it just doesn't work. The belt just keeps, sliding up and becomes too bulky for me, so it did not work for me. But I loved the guard itself. I did keep it and modified it, okay, and it's working really, really well. But anyway, along with the other things that I got. Now, some things that I do, one thing I use is the poise. I use these ones. This is the liners, very light, and they're long. Daily liners. Okay. So it comes like this. It's very thin. And I use them in either your underwear or the shapewear so that you can wear it a number of days without having to change them and have a number of them. So those work really well, the poise. Gone through a lot of different brands, but these work really well. Now, what I got for shapewear, now I got these the other day, and you can see they've got the high leg cut, which is great, so your bag can come out, okay? So the bag is not all compressed. Now this one is by Chantel. I got this at Dillard's. It's not cheap. I can tell you that. It's $45. But this is called a period, if you're having periods, because they've got it lined with very heavy material that's going to hold things in. The back is stretchy, but the front is very tight. So this, I got this at Dillard's, but it will hold in your hernias quite well. But this is called a period, for periods, shapewear, because women know if you've had periods, sometimes you could be bloated, etc. These will work well. Now the other one I got is, it's a little less money than that, and the same idea, though it was a medium stretchability, not the real stronghold, but it also has the same thing, these higher cut legs, so your bag can come out, okay? That's the one I have on now, and I like it, and it's made by Honey Love. Now again, I found this at Dillard's. You can order them online. You're not going to find the Honey Love brand at Amazon or any of that. And it was, I think it's just under $40. I think it's $39 something. So again, not cheap, but it does work well to hold in your hernia and then give you some room to have your bag, coming out where it's not compressing everything. So that's again why you want to have a stoma guard, so it has an opening for things to go in. Now, if you have a colostomy, and some people say, oh my God, and it's getting pasty, depends on what bag you're using too. Now, if you're using a two-piece, sometimes I think that just aids to the difficulty because you got that little area in there that's going to catch things, okay? And so that I found that those two-piece, while in one way it's convenient, especially if you're doing sensor or mio, you can just pull it off. But sometimes some of those things will catch there, and so that becomes a bit difficult. So I just use those, really, they're flat bags, and I've got, as you've seen in my video, my stoma is flush with the skin. Now, I was told at first you have to use a convex to push it in, but actually I'm having no leaking with the bags I'm using, which are just absolutely flush flat, okay? And the bags I'm using you can get on Amazon. They're, what was it, Sealy? Let me look it up here real quick again, the bags that I'm using, because they have worked wonders. Let me get the name here. It's a one-piece closed colostomy bag, 30 pieces, and it's from 15 millimeter up to 65 millimeters to cut. And these have worked really, really well. You get 30 in there, and it's $30. It's $1 a bag, okay? They're a little smaller than some other bags, which I like. And again, they're less money. For that one piece, $30 for 30 bags. You can't beat that, okay? So, I may change it a couple times a day. Now, if you were having pancaking, when you go in and you've got to go to the toilet, just take your thumbs and press it down in the bag. That's it. That's all you got to do, okay? And then put your the stoma guard back on. You just take your guard and you pull it off like this, okay? And then you put it right back on. And so that's how you can deal with if you have real heavy pancaking, okay? Another thing you can do, you could put in the Brava. Now, I just put that in today to see how that goes. But it's a deodorizer, and then also it makes the bag slick, so things will drop down in it much easier as well. So you could use the Brava deodorizer in your bag, and that will also help. But I have to say, I really, really am liking this bag. And it's, again, let me get the name of it for you. You get it through Amazon, and they get it to you within 1 day, 2 days. Very quick. Now, I can't say, if things are going to go up in price because of this craziness. But so far, it's like, I just looked it up, free delivery tomorrow. These are very quick to get. They're called Celecare, Celecare, Celecare store. So you can get them from there on Amazon. And again, $30 for 30 bags. You can't beat that, okay? So what else did I want to tell you? Yeah, the Honey Love pants or the Chantel. Now this top, I really like this. And this is also from Amazon. And it's the this is so lightweight, comfortable. Sunnegoo, Sunnegoo, Sunnegoo is the name of the company. And these tops are selling now for $16.99 or $17.99 each. You can't beat it, okay? So again, they give you enough room, and they're very light, very comfortable. That's what they look like if you don't have, you've got a little thing here. And so these are great. Again, very lightweight, easy to wear, easy to wash, okay? So now the last thing I got that I really like is jeans, okay? I get these jeans. Here they are. And they are, you can see how stretchy this is. These are really, really stretchy material. So again, if they're comfortable, they're down here, kind of halfway down to your knees. And very stretchy, so they're really good for holding in if you have hernias. They're comfortable, okay? And so let me give you the name of the company. These are also through Amazon. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to order through Amazon now, but you know, if you have hernias and you just can't find things to work, okay? So these are, the company's name is Luvamia, Luvamia, Luvamia Bermuda shorts. They're the high-waisted, okay, and they are $29.99 a piece. So I just wanted to put those things out there because, you know, sometimes it's so hard to find. I've gone through so many different tops trying to find things that work, that are comfortable, that, you know, you got enough room that it's hiding if you've got really big hernias, and then you got a bag on top of the hernia. Well, you know how it is. I can't wear any dresses anymore. I can't wear, you know, because no matter what you do, you got this big bulge coming out. Might be able to do it now that I've found these shapewear things that help to hold that hernia in. But I just wanted to put those out there and share it because I know it's been just nightmare trying to find something that you can use. I've looked at hernia belts and all of these things that they sent. They don't do anything. The ones I found, they don't have enough, you know, to hold it in. And then again, you know, you need something to protect your stoma. and give it some room for things to go in. So since I found those, I thought, oh, I will pass this along for people. And my suggestion is go into the store, your local shapewear thing, and see if they carry the Honey Love and they carry the Chantel, and try them on, to make sure, because in different brands I wear different sizes. One may be a 1X, the other may be a 2X or a 3X. I mean, you just got to go in and try them on and find out what's going to hold your hernia in. But again, have a high enough cut leg that your bag can come out and that it's not totally being compressed. Okay, so those are just some things that I wanted to put out there. Like I said, I have a colostomy, not an ileostomy. So, with the colostomy, you'll get more pancaking, that type of thing. Although I have to say, right after I did the video on that the other day, that night, I had just changed my bag and all of the sudden I had that gripping pain. And then it was like gangbusters, just liquid coming out. Thank God I've got an ostomy. I was just thinking, oh my God, if I did not have the ostomy, there was no way you could get to a toilet. No way. No way. Because, this was just straight water. And that bag was filled that high with just water. It was like, soup. It was like soup. So I know, now kind of what ileostomy, they have a lot of output that's more watery. But, this was just liquid. Now, I have to say my bag did hold, okay? I was sleeping at night with that. And I did not have any kind of leakage or anything with it. I have to say, that bag worked really well, okay? So I just wanted to pass those along because I know in my journey they were telling me you need to use Convex and this and that. And the Hollister they sent me home with, I could not use Hollister. It was leaking and it was... And then the other one, the Convatec, those would melt to my skin. And I had trouble with their adhesive. It was painful. It would just take skin and all off. Then I went to Coloplast. Now, I liked the Sensor Mio for quite some time. But then my stoma's gotten larger. Okay, and they only went up to the 45, so it's too small. I have to go up to the 50, either that or I was having it pressing on the stoma. So that was not working. I did find the bigger flange with it, but again, that one was harder to clean. It was just, it just wasn't as great anymore. And then I came across the bags that I'm using now, and it's been a game changer. Okay. Now I do use the Brava to take the bag off. Okay, and that works really well. The Brava, you spray that on there, and it comes off really well. Other things I wanted to say real quick. Now, some people have trouble with their bag sticking because they're cleaning the area with the soap. And if it's got any kind of a moisturizer in it, your bag is not going to stick. So what I use those 99.9% water wipes, okay? The water wipes. You don't want the ones with fragrance and any of that in. You want the 99.9% water, and clean the area with that. It works really well, okay? And then you use your skin barrier. So the one that I use is, Safe and Simple. That one works really well. Safe and Simple. Again, you can get those through Amazon and they come very quickly. You know, I'm a veteran and I gave up on the VA sending me supplies. It's been a nightmare trying to get it ordered and then sent. And one time they just stopped sending it. Well, they discontinued the bag they were using, so they didn't send me anything. And I was sitting there freaking out. So now I buy them myself because these are pretty cost effective, and the brand is actually working really, really well for me. And it's like, what, 1/3, 1/2 the cost of the other ones, so you can afford to change it more often, etc. The drainable ones, if you have a colostomy, not an ileostomy, the drainable ones are a nightmare. Because if you've got pasty substance, which you get with a colostomy, you can't clean those. It's a nightmare. Okay? So I went from that to the one-use bags, and this has been a game changer. Okay? So on that note, I'll leave that here. Hopefully that's helped somebody out there in your journey, because there are things that we navigate that most people don't have to. They don't have to worry about hernia, trying to find something that's going to work, that's going to hold it in, that's going to be comfortable, okay, that you can wear when it seems like you've got baseballs or footballs, attached to your stomach. Always so attractive. But anyway, I just wanted to pass those along. So on that note, I'll leave that here. Thanks for tuning in, and we just do our journey. That's it.